Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michaela. If you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for joining too. By the title of the video, you guys already know today's video is going to be a postpartum essential video. Now if you are a mom, feel free to comment down below and leave some suggestions because you know it might help somebody else as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video and continue watching. So if you guys aren't aware, I had a C-section when I gave birth. I was planning to have a vaginal birth, but unfortunately I had to have an emergency C-section. Now the things that I'm going to be mentioning in today's video, most of the things you can use whether you have a vaginal birth or a C-section. So yeah, I just wanted to say that before, and I'll have a separate video talking about C-section, recovery, essentials and all those things. So if you guys see me looking down, it's because I took notes on my phone. So yeah, I'm going to be reading from my phone, so excuse me for looking down. So the first thing that I want to be talking about is maternity pads. If you don't want to get maternity pads, because maternity pads are very huge, but you would need maternity pads or the big maxi pads. Now you cannot use the small pads that you are accustomed using on a regular basis, because after you give birth you don't know how much you'll be bleeding. Some people bleed a lot. This is not something you could predict, so it's better to be safe than sorry. So get the maxi pads or get the maternity pads. Now it's super huge, but it is essential. So eventually, as your flow gets less and less and less, you will start to wear the regular pads, then you can transform into a panty liner. So it all depends on how your flow is going, but definitely go get the maternity pads or the maxi pads. Now one thing that I do want to mention, after you give birth, you are not supposed to wipe your vagina. You are not supposed to wipe it at all. Right now, I did not know this, and when I was doing research and I was asking my doctor a lot of questions before I gave birth, she was letting me know that you are not supposed to wipe your vagina after you give birth, especially moms who have had a perineal tear. So this brings me to the second item, which is washcloths, wash rags, right? Some of the things that I'm going to be mentioning, I actually don't have it, so everything that I'll be mentioning I'll be putting in pictures right here so you guys can see, because most of the things I probably don't use again or I don't have on hand right now. So I'll just be inserting pictures for you guys so you guys will have an idea of what I'm speaking about. Okay guys, first thing you are going to need is wash rags. Now after you give birth, as I said before, you're not supposed to wipe your hoo-ha. So this brings me to my next point, which is a peri bottle. If you don't know what a peri bottle is, you need to go get yourself a peri bottle, right? So after you give birth, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to the restroom every time you need to pee. You take your peri bottle, you fill it up with water. Now there are different kinds of peri bottles, but you can just use which one makes you feel the most comfortable. So you're gonna fill your peri bottle up with some warm water, nothing to burn your skin or anything like that, nothing to make you feel uncomfortable or give you any sort of discomfort. You're gonna fill it up with warm water and you're gonna hold it and spray it onto your vagina. Now after you've done that, you're going to take your washcloth and pat the area dry. Now please do not go using tissue to dry yourself, because especially if you get a perineal tear. So the perineum is the area between your vagina and your rectum, right? And sometimes if you're a first-time mom, every one in two first-time moms get a perineal tear. I know we're not hoping for the worst, but still it's better to be prepared than not prepared, right? This is just in case. So every 1 in 2 moms get a perineal tear. So if you get tear, especially, you don't want to be wiping there, you don't want to get no tissue caught up in there, because I don't think that will end well, right? So get the washcloths, and you're going to be using the washcloths. So after you spray, you pat the area dry, and that's the end of that. No tissue, and you're good to go. So the next item on the list is stool softener. Now you could ask your doctor to recommend a brand for you, because you know everybody have different things going on with them, and you want to just make sure that you're using something that is safe for your baby. But you definitely need to get stool softener after you give birth, because it's going to be hard to pass stool after you give birth most times. So please definitely get these stool softeners. So the next item I'm going to be talking about is something that I had to get because I've had a C-section, as I mentioned before. So I had to wear compression stockings before I got pregnant, and even throughout postpartum I wore compression stockings for like 6 weeks continuously, and then after that I would just wear it every now and again. Now the reason why I had to get compression stockings is because after you give birth, it's possible that you can get blood clots, especially after a C-section. So they tell you to wear the compression stockings so that way, you know, blood will be circulating in your legs, because after you have a C-section, you know, you're going to be in a lot of pain and these sorts of things. So the circulation stockings would help you even if you're not moving around a bit too much. The circulation stockings are going to help you. So if you are going to have a C-section, even if you give birth vaginally, you can use the compression stockings still, just to be safe, just as a precaution, you know, just to help you out a little bit. You can get the compression stockings. So the next thing I have on my list are breast pads. If you're going to be a breastfeeding mom, your titty is gonna get wet up, they're gonna be leaking, you're gonna have all sorts of things going on in that area. So you're gonna need to get some breast pads, whether you want to use the disposable ones, you want to use the cotton ones. It's all up to you, your preference, it doesn't matter, but you definitely need to get breast pads if you are going to be breastfeeding, because you don't want to be out in public and then your t-shirt wet and all these sorts of things. So I definitely recommend getting some breast pads. Along with breastfeeding, this brings me to my next item. So for my twins, I was going to get a twinsy breastfeeding pillow. It have a specific name, but I'll link it so you guys can see, and I'll put a picture. I was going to get a specific pillow. Now, for the time that I breastfed, I had a pregnancy pillow throughout my pregnancy, so I just used the same pregnancy boppy that I had, and I would lay it on my lap and I would breastfeed, or I would lay it on the bed and I would bottle feed, depending on what I was doing at the point in time. I would have used the boppy. But if you have a singleton baby, it has the boppy. I'll insert a picture. I'm pretty sure if you're a mom, you know what I'm speaking about, but I'll insert a picture. But you can get a boppy, so that can make breastfeeding a bit easier for you, because you know, for some moms, it takes a very good while to get the hang of this breastfeeding thing. So, you know, anything to make your life easier, we here for it. You're also going to need to get nursing bras. Now, the nursing bras that I had, I'll put a picture here again. It had the latch on the breast part, so it was just to unlatch. And then your titty was right there, so it's easy access for your baby, and it makes life easier for you and them. Try not to wear anything that is too much like bras, that clothes that have you restricted, because when you go out in public especially, you don't want to be pulling, drawing too much attention to yourself. So definitely get the nursing bras. The next thing you're going to need is some nipple cream. Now, some people get really sore and blistered in the early stages of breastfeeding. Now, if you don't want to get too much of the discomfort, you can use nipple cream. It has lanolin, it has bees, it has many different brands that you can use. So as I said again, it's all up to you and your preference, but the one that I used was the Bird Bees Mama Soothing Nipple Cream. My next item on my list is a heating and cooling pad. It has the pads that has the 2-in-1 function. It could either heat or it can get cold. Now, if after I had my C-section, I was in a lot of pain and I really needed things to get me to feel comfortable, because it was tragic, okay? Let's just say it was tragic. So I used to use a heating pad, and I would place it on my stomach when I'm getting really bad cramps, and it really helped ease it up a little bit. And if you are a mom that got a perineal tear, now you can use the heating pad to put on your vagina area, so you'll just rest it, so it could give you like a cooling sensation to help ease the pain that you will be getting at that point in time. So on the topic of perineal tears, I am a first time mom and I didn't know if I was gonna tear or not with my twins, so I got these Tux cooling pads, which hazel pads. Now, when I was pregnant, sorry for the TMI, when I was pregnant, I got hemorrhoids. I'm not gonna sit here and explain to you guys what a hemorrhoid is. Y'all can go Google that, okay? You can go Google that. But because I was constipated constantly throughout my pregnancy, I was really constipated, so my doctor recommended getting the Tux cooling pads, and it really helped to keep it under control. So if even after childbirth, you know, due to the pushing and stuff, you could possibly get hemorrhoids. So if you do get it, you can get the Tux cooling pads, and that really helps. So the other item that I got for myself was a belly bandit. Now, that is something to wrap your belly with after you give birth. Now, if you do have a C-section, you definitely need to speak to your doctor before you wrap your belly or anything like that, because you don't want to put any excess pressure or tension onto your scar and these sorts of things, because you're going to be in a lot of discomfort, and you don't want to add to that pain that you're already going to be feeling. But I got a belly bandage, belly wrap. Now I did not really use it, to be honest, because I did not wrap my belly right after I gave birth because I was in a lot of pain. But if you're a mom and you're not getting too much discomfort and your doctor recommends that you get a belly wrap, you can try the belly bandage because that is really specifically for C-sections. So if you feel like you are not in too much discomfort even after a vaginal birth, you can use the belly bandage, belly wrap. So because I had a C-section, now I was not allowed to wet the area, and I really wanted to bathe. I was feeling very uncomfortable, I was feeling very sticky and these sorts of things, so I needed to bathe. So I got these tattoo bandages that I would have put over my entire scar so that I could have taken a shower, and then I would easily just remove them after. So if you have a C-section, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm sweating trying to film this video that I keep tapping my face. But if you have a C-section, you can get the tattoo bandages and they work really good. Right, so the other thing that you are going to need is a diaper caddy, like a little basket. I don't have it right now, but I'll insert the same basket that I have a basket where I would have it everywhere I am, so that way I wouldn't have to wake up, raise up, go to get a diaper, go to get wipes and these sorts of things. I put everything into the basket that I had, and it was just right next to me, so every time I had to change my babies, it's right there. I don't need to get up, I don't need to go anywhere. So definitely get some kind of diaper caddy or diaper basket, so that can really help you out and make your life so much easier. And next essential for me was oversized underwears. Now because I had a C-section, everything was giving me discomfort, and oversized undies was the best thing. Like I even had disposable undies at one point, like right after I gave birth. I had the disposable ones where I would just throw away after I used them. Right after I feel I was ready to change them, I would put my maternity pad in and I would just dispose of them, because I know you're going to be bleeding, you're going to be messy and these sorts of things. So I got disposable underwears, which I threw away. Well, I don't have none to show you guys, but as again, I will insert a picture. If you don't feel like going through the pressure of all of that, definitely get some oversized undies, because you don't want to be in any discomfort, you don't want to put pressure onto your stomach and these sorts of things. So definitely invest in some oversized cotton underwears. So another thing that was a major help for me after my surgery was these after ease drops. Now after you have a baby, even vaginally, you are going to have cramping, because you know your uterus is contracting, it needs to get back to the size that it was before. So these after ease drops really helped when I was cramping up, and it is very safe for after you have a baby. If you just need to check with your doctor to see if you can use it, feel free to do so. But I used this and I was fine, my babies were fine, and it really helped with the cramping. Another thing that was really useful to me after my C-section was my painkillers. Now my doctors did give me painkillers after, you know, I guess I'm not sure if they give everybody the same thing, but they do give you painkillers, and you can even ask for painkillers if you would like to get them. But it really helped with the cramping. That's and the after ease drops really helped. Right guys, so that's all my suggestions that I have for postpartum essentials. If you guys enjoyed this video was useful to you, please feel free to like and leave a comment. If you're a mom, feel free to leave a comment. Let other moms out there know what you find was useful to you after you gave birth and these sorts of things. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Feel free to share this video with anybody who you know might be an expecting mom, and I'll see you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching guys. Bye.